Welcome
Hello.
to... Hold on, my mic. Sorry.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
Fuck.
Would you just chill for once? I'm going to turn your mic off if you don't shut the fuck up.
Oh.
It's almost to my mouth.
Are you good? It's close enough.
That was my knee.
Oh my god.
That was my hip.
Terrible.
Oh, fuck.
My hip.
Fucking hip. Ah. My, I don't know. My cane. I shouldn't say canes are bad. I'm not saying canes are bad. Look,
No.
listen to me. Listen to me. Okay.
All right.
My hands are shaking.
Oh my god.
What I meant by that, I love my disabled fam so much. I meant old people typically use canes.
Yeah.
I think a cane's hot.
I
don't think a cane is not hot. How about that?
It's completely neutral object.
Totally neutral.
Yeah.
Let me reach for mine real quick.
Okay. Let's go. Oh.
Oh,
What?
sorry. That was...
What?
It's not my hip
Listen.
as much as it is where my leg attaches to my hip.
That's the hip.
There's one beautiful intro by Slow Smog, by the way.
That was beautiful. It was lovely. I enjoyed it.
That's at slowsmog.com.
I think.
Search
.org?
Slow Smog, one word, wherever Slow Smogs are found. And
Which is most music streaming platforms, also your common swamp.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Can you tell my voice is different now?
Different?
I talk like this now.
Again.
The sort of heartburn voice is kind of getting me today, and I've done a lot of talking today. So by the end of the day when we're actually podcasting, voice already gone.
Terrible.
Voice already completely gone.
Just a cracked and croaked fragment of a thing.
All right. We're going to get to the first question now.
Oh my good
And
lord.
this is an advice podcast, by the way. My name is Mitch.
My name is Billy. This is an email reading podcast, an advice giving podcast. A live, laugh, loving podcast.
Can you tell we're like low energy? We had tea recently.
We did. We had a warm drink.
I feel like you can totally tell that I've had a warm drink before the show, and now I feel super tired,
Yeah.
but euphoric.
Mitch's was a caffeine-free, chamomile-free herbal tea. Also, yeah.
It was no chamomile. Of course not. What is this, Woodstock? I'm trying to record a podcast later.
What am I, going crazy? What the
Come
fuck?
on. No caffeine.
Nevertheless, he is buzzed.
What is this, Coachella? No caffeine for me, thank you. But it was for my bronchioles. My throat was hurting a little bit. And now we don't even have to answer questions. Isn't that crazy? Let me bring the microphone over here.
Wait, please don't. Please.
We don't have to answer questions on this podcast.
We don't have to do anything.
We could talk about anything.
It's true.
Coachella.
Why? How come?
What are your thoughts?
Bad.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Yeah.
Glastonbury. How do you... Glastonbury. Glastonbury.
Oh my god.
Glastonbury.
Brie.
Glastonbury.
Is how normal people would say it, yeah. That's how like a regular person would say it.
What did you just hear it the first time 3 hours ago? Like, why did you not know how to say that? I forgot how to say it. It's the tea. It's the euphoria that I'm feeling because of the tea.
Yeah.
Glastonbury.
Yeah. What about it?
The lineup you said was pretty good.
It is pretty good. It is pretty good.
I'm kidding. I don't want to talk about this. So,
oh my god.
This is an advice podcast where we answer your questions every single week. It's called All the Space in Between. ATSIB, if you will. I feel like not enough people call it ATSIB.
ATSIB. And all the space in between actually is an acrostic poem. And if you can decipher it, if you can decipher all of each letter in each word of our podcast title stands for something. And every one of them is offensive.
Yeah.
So.
And if you get to the third, almost misled them there for a second. The third to last one, if you get that right, is a Flat Sound promo code for the shop. That'll give you 100%, 1,000% off our little podcast pin. Meaning, we'll pay you.
We'll pay you to wear it at this point.
We'll give you like $90 to wear this.
We have so many of them fucking left. I'll pay you to wear it.
We have so many of those fucking pins left that whenever whenever we get an order for one, we'll like pick through a nice one. We'll just like, there's a little, a little thing on this one. We'll just like throw it against the wall.
Sometimes on the enamel, like a little piece of dust got in it while it was drying. It's
totally normal.
And I'm like, no, this won't do. For my listeners, nothing but the best.
Nothing but the best.
Nothing but the best.
And then you swallow the one you didn't give away. The reason we have so many of those fucking pins is because when we were buying them, they're like, we're having a sale. You get double the amount that you ordered. We're like, we don't want double the amount.
Yeah. And
they sent us double the amount.
They're like, oh shit, and they sent us double the amount anyway.
There's hundreds and hundreds of those fucking
pins. We don't have that many listeners
Dude, this is a completely unsponsored podcast. You have to understand, this is mostly a joke.
But it does mean that if you do order a pin, you will get a good one.
You'll get a good one.
God damn it. Because every time we look through being like, nah, throw this one in the bin, throw this one in the bin. Now this one's good. This one's great.
This one is worth sending out.
This is pristine.
God, it's hot in this fucking room.
It's warm.
I really don't want to podcast right now.
There's a heat wave.
You know what's crazy? Let me move this arm. We really don't have to answer questions on this. Any thoughts on Warp Tour?
There's a can of WD-40 downstairs.
Do you know where it is?
Yes, I know where it is.
Next week, I won't have a squeaky arm.
I've used the WD-40.
For what?
Fixing things.
You put your shoulder on the couch when you said that.
Oiling things.
You haven't oiled anything in your life.
Yes, I have.
You've oiled a pan.
No.
That sounded so misogynistic if you like didn't understand our relationship. I do most of the cooking. I just wanted to, that's like the only thing that my little gay ass could like think of to oil, you know?
It's a pan.
Yeah, pan. You've oiled a pan. I say the B word. I'm sorry. Let me touch your hand. Clammy. Let me touch that.
It was clammy. It was sweaty.
Should we answer a question?
If you want.
Yeah. I'm having fun just talking and chit-chatting.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have to answer a question.
Hold on a second. We don't actually have to answer.
If we wanted to, we could just spend the whole hour
never getting to a point. Yeah.
That's our prerogative. Okay.
That's on. Hold on one second. Period.
That is. You remember the song by Britney Spears? My prerogative.
Yes, of course I do.
This is my prerogative.
Yeah, and that's not
never
answering.
Get to the fucking point.
Never get to the point of a podcast. Somebody in the Discord posted something funny about podcasts just recently. In the podcasting channel, by the way. Also, occasionally, pretty much every week when we talk about the Discord on the podcast, people are like, where is it? I can't find it. Yeah, right, asshole. It's a paywall. Not much of one, but it is a Patreon Discord. So if you want to go to patreon.com/flatsound, you can join that Discord. It's available at all tiers, even the little $3 tier, and I don't charge monthly. So if you want to be part of that, do it.
Oh, God, that was so loud.
It wasn't that loud.
Let me read the first email.
Go do it.
Not because we have to.
No.
But because I want to.
Yeah.
This is my choice and my decision.
In fact, we can go the whole episode without, answering. I can't believe how consistently it squeaks now. It can do it like whenever I want. It's basically
Mine's fine. What the fuck did you do to yours?
I basically have a soundboard with one sound. And that's a squeak.
Squeaking,
it's a
creaking.
Terrible grinding.
It does squeaking. It does creaking.
I'm going to move it to where I actually don't want to, because I've been moving it slowly, that I've been leaning back a lot now. So let me I'm not even doing this one on purpose.
Oh my
there
God.
we go.
It's sending a shiver down my spine every time.
Oh, right. Yeah, I didn't hit record. Can you believe that?
I can. At this point, I can believe that.
Someone actually stole our recorder, it seems.
Fuck. It was probably for the best.
We've been just speaking to microphones with loose cables that are just kind of on a carpet. We've been talking to each other.
Like when you give your kid brother like the controller that isn't plugged in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and you're like,
your
player too, dude. Yeah, your tails. You're the Goomba.
Someone did that to us with podcasting. They were like, okay, listen, they gotta feel like they're doing it. But
and then they're just like, you're on. So where does this get uploaded? Who cares? It's live. You're live.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And evidently we're not worrying about it.
No. In fact, we don't even have to respond to a question this episode if you don't want to.
I do want to.
Okay. What's the first question?
I'm going to read the first question. The first one is simply called serendipity, and then in brackets, pickleless.
Let me stop you right there. I love the worms.
I love the worms.
Let me stop you right there, honey. I've got something important to say.
I love the worms.
I love the worms. I was going to say, I love the word serendipitous. Serendipity
Okay.
is just one of my favorite words, and I'll use it occasionally.
Occasionally.
I'll say that things are serendipitous. And I'm not totally sure I'm using it right whenever I'm saying it, because it sounds too fantastical to use. Sounds like some Mary Poppins shit, if I'm being honest with you.
Okay.
Sorry, I usually don't up one up like this, but yeah, if I'm being totally honest, it sounds like some Mary Poppins shit.
Me.
It frightens me.
Yeah. Serendipity. Pickle this. Yellow. Had to write my first email most urgently. Long-time listener, first-time writer, typing this with fervor in my car before I head home. Sos for any spelling and grammatical errors. Whoops. I listen to your podcast at work, so the Canadian government probably knows about your pisscast. And today I worked some overtime, so much fun, but guess what? I was staring at the clock, waiting for it to hit 6 p.m. And just as the beat dropped on the outro, you guessed it, the 5:59 I've been staring at for what felt like at least 3 minutes, flipped to a beautiful 6:00, 1800 hours, my beloved. Just wanted to share this little bit of joy with the both of you. Sincerely and excitedly, this person's name. P.S. I just became a patron on the Flat Sound Patreon a few days ago. Still working up the nerve to say hi in the Discord though, RIP. Say hi right now!
Do it now, assuming they haven't already.
Do it now, coward.
How do you know they haven't already? We haven't really been present in the Discord the last few days.
That's true. Also, I don't know how I would know it was them.
Yeah.
They signed this person's name.
Anyone called this person's name join recently?
If you haven't already said hi, please do. And if you have, please clarify that it is you who emailed us.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be a fun clarification.
Post in the podcast channel and be like, hi, it's me, the person from the podcast.
Yeah, person from the podcast.
Whose email they read. That's a great in for you. You'll be popular right off the bat.
They'll be like, we love the podcast and the podcast channel. That's like our main shit, actually.
That we talk about is the podcast.
Is that we're nice enough to hype up the podcast and post podcast memes in the podcast channel.
A funny thing about our podcast channel in the Flat Sound Discord, the Flat Sound patron-only Patreon-linked Discord, is that we set up, we've got, general music, gaming, podcast. The podcast channel is for our podcast. Now, some people don't understand that and they think it's just for podcasts in general. Sometimes, yeah. And I'll just be like, here's one I like, and I'll have to go in there and be like, get this the fuck out of my channel.
I'm about to blow your mind.
What?
I kind of set up the channel thinking it was just about podcasts.
No, you didn't.
I kind of did.
No way.
What? Then how are we okay with like Womp occasionally posting his podcast
Well, that's
in it?
Womp. He's a mod.
Okay.
Well, I think it's like if you have a podcast, you can post your podcast in there.
Now that I
but
agree
people
with.
are just
That
like,
I
like the Magnus Archives. It's like, no shit, everyone likes the Magnus Archives.
Then go join their fucking Patreon then. This is a Patreon to a different podcast,
this is
bud.
for me.
This is my shit. I never heard that in my life.
We should have called the channel ATSIB, but we just called it podcast. So then we're like, I guess other people can post their podcasts.
It's not super active, and it's not like the biggest Discord. But I am the richest man alive, so I don't know how those two things
aren't matching up. Yeah.
Yeah, just like really bad at promotion, I guess. But the if we called it ATSIB, I love this has nothing to do with it. We actually don't have to like get to a question if you don't want to.
Well, you said we didn't have to answer a question, and here we are not answering a question.
Yeah.
So yeah.
If we called it ATSIB, then if anyone else did have a podcast that they wanted to post in there, it would be discouraging.
Well, they'd have to put it in share your art.
Oof.
And then that's like something, because then
and then you're admitting a podcast is art, and it's like definitely not. I'm standing here today, a proud stan over the idea that like everything is art, but that means like almost everything, and podcasts aren't art.
There's a couple of podcasts that are art.
Name one art podcast.
There's quite a few.
I'm kidding. There's a lot.
Yeah. There's lots of narrative ones that fit the description.
Of course. No, podcasts are expressive. They're art.
Ours isn't.
I'm expressing myself.
Okay. What are you expressing?
Check this out.
Oh my god.
I just pulled up my hair again to show you the old. That was your funniest joke ever in the last podcast where you said
that your hairline looked for it like an M.
Yeah,
Mitch.
yeah. No, you were just like, oh, it's the McDonald's arches over here, and I go, what about this? And I do it again. You go, M for Mitchell.
M for Mitchell.
That cracked me up so much.
You laughed really hard at that while we were recording, but like, so like the listeners know that, but what they don't know is that like you kept on playing that clip out of your phone for
I,
the next 3 days
I,
afterwards.
showed it to
and
people.
kept on cracking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I showed it to people and I was like, look how funny my wife is. And they kind of schooled me on this one. Yeah, no, for sure. My shit go back compared to when I was 20.
My shit go up, down, up, down.
I think they should call me Majin Mitch. That's a Dragon Ball Z joke for anyone. Anyway, this person had a serendipitous experience.
Yeah.
I think that kicks ass.
That's very cool.
Why did we pick this question?
Why
did we pick this email?
I just wanted to say hi, really. I just want to say hi to them. It's a start question.
I hope you're enjoying the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Have you checked out that new pancake bot we have? It's pretty much single-handedly saved my server.
Oh my god, the
Everyone's
pancake
having
bot.
a ton of fun with it.
Yeah. The amount of, like, it's constantly active in the Discord now, but only in the pancake
channel.
bit. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Because everyone just wants to play with the bot that gives them pancakes. They're all just like,
gives
daily!
them virtual pancakes.
Daily! And it's like, okay, here's your 500 pancakes. Work! Fish!
Yeah.
And then they'll try and rob me all the time. Like, dude, I don't keep my pancakes on me. Get away from me. Don't touch me.
Don't touch me or my pancakes.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you're into like, I guess what we're doing is like almost like role-playing.
Yeah, we're role-playing that we have money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Join the freaking server. Does stuff like this kind of happen to you often?
Serendipitous stuff?
Yeah, like you're watching something, like I will always try and like, when your tea's about to pop, I want to point at it and go bang right as soon as it does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't do it very often. Stuff happens to me, but I can't make that stuff happen. I'm receptive. My therapist says that about me.
It's true.
I'm a very receptive person, but I can't just point at something and go bang. Whoa, just as I did that, the moon exploded.
Oh my god. Whoa.
Holy shit.
Don't check the news about it, though, anyone.
I let it out all in one go.
Bang.
But I can't just go bang, the moon explodes. Oh, fuck.
Excuse me.
What about serendipitous stuff for you?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to a lot of things.
You don't?
I'm scared what will happen if I do. I've got too many latent psychic abilities. I prefer to, like, not notice them.
It's true. Like, you'll very, not super commonly, but you will, like, have a dream. Mm-hmm. Something will happen you have no idea about, and you'll have a dream.
Yeah.
And then you'll tell me about the dream.
Yeah. And it freaks you out.
Yeah. It's nuts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do the same thing to my mom, and I have done since I was a kid. I'm like, I dreamt about blah, blah, blah. And she's like, what the fuck? Are you winding me up right now?
Yeah.
Well, let's think. A serendipitous thing that happened to me is that I was 14 years old. It's a tale. It's not really a tale. It's quite short. I was 14 years old, and I was at the Brixton Academy at the Taste of Chaos tour.
Okay.
Let's see, 2007, maybe
Jeez.
6.
Okay.
Taking Back Sunday were playing.
Oh, God.
Some other people too. And there was a guy standing next to me, ginger, swooped hair all to the side, and he was staring at me the whole show. And after the show, he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, can I get your MSN?"
Whoa, chill with that. I'm your husband, but go on. All right.
Wait, do you know what MSN is?
Yeah.
It's like AIM, but
it's
for
like
British
AIM,
people.
but British. Yeah,
but
that's what I was
for
gonna
Europeans.
say.
Yeah.
MSN was not as popular here. We had it. We definitely had it.
Yes, it's the Hotmail version of AOL. Yeah.
AOL, and I guess I don't. I'm not surprised why that didn't hit over there. It's literally called American Online.
Yeah.
America Online.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, it's been a while.
Yeah, he wanted my MSN Messenger screen name, so I gave it to him. And we were talking on there for a little while, and we arranged to go on a date. So I bunk off school.
God, chill. I'm your husband, but go on.
We bunk off school. I'm wearing a ripped tights tartan skirt, ripped up black top.
It's like your best outfit, but yeah, go on.
Yeah.
You must have really liked this guy.
I did.
Yeah, with the swoop. Sorry, did you say it was ginger hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, he sounds really hot.
Right, yeah, my time.
He did.
And we're going home, and he's like, so whereabouts do you live? Because we just met kind of like in central London. And I was like, oh, I live in like blah, blah, blah. And he was like, oh, cool, I live in Forest Gate. Just a very small neighbourhood in East London. And I was like, oh, no way, used to live in Forest Gate. And he was like, where did you live? And I was
talking
like,
to your brother the whole time.
Shut up. I was like, Godwin Road. And he was like, what? And I was like, Godwin Road, do you know it? And he's like, I live on Godwin Road. And I was like, no, you fucking don't.
Whoa.
Shut up. No, you don't. And I was like 100% sure that he was just saying, oh, me too, to like wind me up.
Yeah.
No, he lived on Godwin Road.
That's interesting.
And I was like, what number? And he's like, 59. I was like, I was at 62.
Whoa.
We were across the street. And I was like, how long have you lived there? And he said, my whole life. I was born in that house.
What the fuck?
So we'd lived across the road to each other when we were kids.
Did he actually mean he was born in the house?
He was born. He was a home birth.
I think that's an added interest to this tale.
He was born in that house.
He was born in that house.
He was born in that Victorian terrace.
That's crazy.
Uh-huh.
So
yeah.
you saw this guy be born? You were born in the same at the same time as this guy?
You were born in the same bed.
Yeah. So this guy was your brother. This guy's your twin brother.
And every time I went to his house, I'd be like, "This is weird. I'm on Godwin Road."
Yeah, I'm at my old house.
Yeah, which I mean, I barely remember it because I was baby. It was before we lived in Ireland. But
you went to his house?
Strange. Yes.
Yuck.
We played Mario Kart.
Ugh.
He taught me how to play Mario Kart.
Is that why you're so bad at it? You spent the whole time just...
things.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Not to go to his house is just... It's too much.
It's too far.
Houses are ruined once there's been a home birth there. I can't believe you probably... Just the smell and the...
He was conceived and birthed in that house.
That is just too much for me. Was the tub... I don't even want to ask. Was the tub still out?
It wasn't a tub, it was a bed.
He wasn't... Oh, I guess I just assumed it was a water birth as well.
Why would you assume it was a water bed?
I don't know. Because, okay, how about this? Because I've known a few home births that have been water births.
No, it's just a bed birth.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty serendipitous, huh? about water births?
No, that was great. Like, we met miles and miles away from where either of us were from.
At Taste of Chaos.
Yeah. On the complete other side of the city. And then we went on a date, again, just in central London. And then it turned out we were from the same fucking street.
And lived across the street from one another.
Yeah.
That is pretty crazy.
Like, you could see the house from each other's windows.
Nuts.
You know?
That's nuts.
It's nuts.
What age did you move from that house?
Me?
Yeah.
3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you two, like, might have, like, played with
No,
each
but
other or
my mum lived there for, like, years and years before that. My gran lived there, you know?
Huh.
Yeah.
And your mom was birthed at that house?
No.
Oh. Got it. So, sorry, what was serendipitous about that?
Oh, my God.
Was it that your mom was born there?
That's probably the wackiest serendipitous thing that I can think of off the top of my head.
Is this serendipitous? I do a little dance.
No.
Oh, all right.
Okay, then I don't understand what the word means.
Yeah, then I'm all cashed out. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Is this serendipitous? I had a dream when I was about 14, actually. And I had a dream that I was taking the bus. I took the bus a lot. And I had a dream that I was taking an exact bus I used to take. And for some reason, it took like a wrong turn.
Yeah.
And it ended up in this part that I didn't want it to go. And then somebody that I knew, his name was John Pont, by the way.
Great name.
Jonathan Pont.
Okay. Sounds fake. Sounds like you just made it up, but go off.
Yeah, I didn't. we used to hang out at the mall and smoke weed together. And this little fucker used to buy me all the food I wanted.
Why?
It was a fetish thing. I'm kidding. He was trying to make me bigger, but
He was trying to inflate me like a balloon.
Neither here nor there. But he wanted before and after pics. No, I would provide weed.
Oh.
And he would pay for food.
Okay.
But I got weed for free from my dad.
Yeah.
So I just got free pot and food.
Okay.
And it kicked so much ass.
Yeah.
Anyway, had a dream that old John Pont got onto that bus. And he was like, "What's up, man? What are you doing here? Blah, blah, blah." And the very next day, I take a bus, heading over to Carlsbad. We go to Jordan's house. And I accidentally take the wrong bus. I do that sometimes. What? I didn't take the 229. I took like the 292 or something.
You've told me this would happen sometimes because of like your dyslexia.
Yeah, sometimes I would just take the wrong bus.
Same numbers, different order.
Yeah, and then I'd get on it, and then it would start going, and I'd just be listening to, Toy Soldiers by Eminem on my iPod. Because I'm just trying to think, like, what was I doing in 2004? Probably listening to
Toy Soldiers.
Probably listening to Toy Soldiers by Eminem on my iPod. Yeah. And so I'm not paying attention to anything because it's like a full body high, that song. So I'm not paying attention to anything. So I notice that I'm on the wrong bus. I go, oh, not this again. And I was like, okay, this will eventually lead me to where I want to go. It's going to take way longer.
Yeah.
So I sit on the bus, and the very next day, it pulls up. It was a bus I wasn't supposed to get on. And who gets on it? Jonathan Pont.
What?
The very next day I dreamed about it.
Did you freak out?
Yeah, I told him immediately. He was like, hey, man. And I was like screaming on the bus. I was like, get over here. Come here. And he's like, what are you doing here, dude? And I was like, dude, I had a fucking dream. And you were in it, and you were there, and I started pointing at all the people on the bus.
You realize you know everyone on the bus.
That's funny. Is that serendipitous?
Yeah, but it's also psychic.
That's cool.
I think that's more maybe psychic than serendipitous.
It is a little psychic.
Yeah.
But you have psychic dreams too.
Yeah.
You do. You'll you'll just like not know something has happened yet, and then you'll tell me that like you've dreamed about something happening. I go, oh wow, you don't know yet?
Yeah, it's freaky.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah. I can't remember any of them now, but I know that happens a lot. Then I forget about it.
Yeah, it does.
Because I don't want to encourage it.
No, you have to let it happen naturally, and then you tell me about a dream or something, and I go, that's actually yes. Elon Musk. Yes, Twitter. He's trying to buy it. I can't believe you had that dream.
I've never dreamt about Elon Musk.
Anyway, thank you for joining the Discord, I guess.
Anyway, thank you for joining the Discord. Listen to Toy Soldiers by Eminem.
It's a full body high. It's
I guess that's our advice.
It's a euphoric experience, and at the end of the day, I guess, yeah, it's a bit serendipitous, that song. Why not?
Is it serendipitous that like really recently, as in like in the last month, me and you both found out that we used to be obsessed with the song Toy Soldiers by Eminem? Because it's just become like a joke between...
I pulled it up on Spotify and we rapped the whole thing together.
We have never mentioned that song to each other.
No, because we never mentioned fucking Eminem together. Like, why would we?
To be fair, we do talk about Eminem occasionally.
Not in a positive way ever, really.
No, we're just like, oh, Kamikaze came out. Doesn't it suck?
Yeah.
Yeah, or he has that. We do like to watch that video sometimes of
that's an awfully hot coffee pot. Yeah, of course. Well, that's a classic.
But that's it. And then recently I was just like, do you know the song Toy Soldiers by Eminem? And you're like, yes, of course I do. And I was like, I've got the whole thing in my head. And by the whole thing, I mean the whole thing, because I was obsessed with it and I know all of the words to it. And you were like, what the fuck?
I listened to that song quite a bit.
And then
as a teen,
we put it on and tried to see how much of it we could recite after 15 years.
Most of it.
And we pretty much did the whole thing.
It was like almost all of it. There was like certain words and then just like, certain phrases that I've never understood. They're just sounds to me.
Yeah. But and we were just both looking at each other being like, I don't know what going toe to toe with the Benzino means. but I feel it.
I'm glad I did it.
I feel it in my heart. You know what? That song still rips.
I'm glad I did it at 14.
Eminem, you made a banger.
That was the song that I got like, so when I was practicing like my cadence, my delivery, mostly my cadence, I guess.
Yeah.
My voice.
Okay.
My
vocals.
Yeah. My stage presence, if you will. I used that song a lot when I was like 13 or 14 years old.
Yeah.
I would put it on, and then I would make sure no one was home.
Yeah.
And then I'd go into the bathroom, and then I'd go into the shower.
Yeah.
Not turn the shower on.
Just down in the shower.
I just like the natural reverb.
Fully clothed.
fully clothed,
fully clothed, standing in the shower.
no water,
Yeah.
and I'd rap at full volume
Yeah.
Toy Soldier by Eminem.
Go on then.
No way. Offer me $1,000 right now and I wouldn't do it. I would not. I just wouldn't.
Why?
I wouldn't. I just wouldn't.
Okay. Yeah.
I couldn't. Like I could, but I wouldn't. But I would do that a lot to like practice like delivering lines and stuff. Maybe that's the reason I'm such a dope spoken word poet today.
Honestly, a contribution. Yeah.
But one time I was doing it when I thought like no one was home.
Yeah.
And I guess my brother had like forgotten something at home.
Yeah.
So my brother actually was home. And he was in the house and he heard me doing it at full volume. He went into the, yeah. And I'm just like doing the whole fucking song as I normally did for like the 15th time that day. And right at the fucking...
Okay, are you like singing the chorus as well?
No. No way. No fucking way.
You just took the verses.
No.
You're just spitting the verses.
I'm not doing the chorus.
Okay.
It's just like it's a chorus of children. Why would I fucking do the chorus?
You're a child.
No. That's like a chorus of like 8-year-olds doing the chorus. That's a creepy song. But I was like, in that moment, like I had a daughter named Haley. Like you
were fully in the fantasy.
I was in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's there's a certain line you just don't cross, and he crossed it, and I was really just like, I'll kill him.
Yeah, he heard him say Haley's name in a song, and he
I
just lost it.
Yeah, and I felt it. Yeah. So I'm in the shower and I'm feeling this song. I'm feeling it more than anything. And my older brother, by 2 years, comes home, hears me, listens at the door, waits for me to finish, just so he can go, sounds good, dude, and then fucking leaves again.
Waiting for you to finish is like so fucking funny.
He
Waiting
goes,
for you to get all the way to the end of the song and to be like, sounds good.
Oh man. He goes, hey, it sound good. And then I was just, my heart just, because right then I knew whose voice it was. I knew what he was talking about, and I knew that he heard me at full volume
doing the whole thing of Toy Soldiers by
and
Eminem.
I just felt so terrible because I thought, fuck, I'm supposed to be the younger brother, but now he probably feels so intimidated because I just nailed it. Because every syllable I just fucking I got it.
Your heart into.
I went toe to toe with, what is the lyric?
The Benzino.
With the Benzino, I think.
I don't know what that is.
Can I Google what the fuck that means? Can I Google what does it mean to go toe to toe with the Benzino? Yeah.
What is it? Dude, tell me what it is.
You think when he performs that song now, he says Suge Knight's name instead of censoring it, because he's like in prison for like ever now.
Oh, he's a rapper.
Oh, maybe I did know that. I don't know. Maybe I didn't.
Why does he say the Benzino?
This guy looks super funny.
What does it mean to go toe to toe with it? He looks like a fucking wrestler. What the hell?
He does look like a wrestler.
I wouldn't want to go toe to toe with this guy.
No way, dude. This guy. Well, also, like it says, and this is nothing against you, Mr. Benzino, but this guy's 5'3".
What? This guy's like my height.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm assuming if he's scared Marshall, that he probably is like a super dangerous guy. So again, I don't want to.
Being 5'3" and just built like an MMA fighter is like.
I know
oh my god.
I know he's an avid fan of the show, so I don't. I.
No offense, Mr. Benzino.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're 5'3", and I just really like to congratulate you for scaring Marshall like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Congrats.
He's an American urban media proprietor, television personality, rapper, and record producer. Oh, he co-owned The Source.
Oh.
Yeah, The Source magazine was a huge thing here. Okay, yeah, I don't. Yeah, thanks for joining the Discord. Thanks for joining the Discord, and I wouldn't be surprised we're like out of time. Like, what's the time? What's the time?
It's later than you would think.
What? Let me see.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus. Okay, we're like
okay.
So
cool.
On the plus side, we actually don't have to like. Hold on, let me move the microphone. Answer a question if we don't have to.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I will grease that little monkey by the next episode.
I will have greased it.
Yeah.
No way you're using the WD-40. The double nozzle. You don't know how.
Is it a double?
Yeah.
Yeah, I best not touch it.
Do you want to read an email?
We should probably read an actual email.
Do you want to have a turn reading it?
We should probably do an actual one, considering this is like one of the unlistenable episodes we put out, I could feel. But
sometimes you gotta do it. Sometimes you gotta put out an episode that is so bad.
Okay. Ooh. Do you want to jump to this one, or do you want to get to this one?
Flip a coin for all I fucking care.
No. You just decide. Do you want to talk ill about this or talk ill about this?
We're gonna talk ill either way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's jump. I don't know. Well, I don't know. Wait. I don't know. We're like over halfway done. Maybe the first one. This is really a conversation we should
Hold
have.
on.
You're getting some behind the scenes.
Just point to one.
This.
Got it.
Okay. Getting behind the scenes content on the production of this. Just how sloppy it really is.
I say point to one, and you go, that one. Mm-hmm. Okay. This one is called I'm Dumb, She's a Lesbian. And it goes, hello, my favorite podcasters. I feel like I'm about to lose my voice in like...
It's slipping away.
In like 15 minutes.
Okay.
It's gonna be gone.
Okay, so we've got about that
Are we
long.
good?
Yeah,
okay,
we can do 15 minutes.
It is just, it's at the, I've done a lot of talking today, and this is like the end of my voice.
Yeah.
I could feel it. So, this one's called I'm Dumb, She's a Lesbian. And it goes, hello to my favorite podcasters. I am in quite of an annoying pickle and I need your help. My friend, he, him, male, has had a very long crush on me, she, her, female. He started obviously crushing on me 2 years ago and kept saying how we'd be an amazing couple. He even told his friends that we are both interested in each other, which is not true. Now, here's the big plot twist that you definitely didn't see coming despite the title of this email. I am a lesbian. And the worst part of it is that my friend knows and is still crushing on me. There is no way that he doesn't know, since I've always been very open about my sexuality. Even the people around me who I barely talk to know I am gay. Now, I'm kind of confused on what to do. I've already talked to him about this, saying that I am uncomfortable with him acting like this and making it clear to him that I have no romantic or sexual feelings towards men. And still, he doesn't seem to get it after 2 years. To be honest, I feel very hopeless because no matter what I do or say to him, he doesn't stop crushing on me. And I am out of ideas. P.S. I really enjoy listening to the podcast, and it always cheers me up. So thank you for being the amazing people that you are. With lots of love, a lesbian.
You didn't change the name to this person's name.
I don't think that's her legal name, so I think we're good.
A lesbian?
Yeah. And if it is, very cool.
A. lesbian. A stands for Anne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alice, something like that, yeah.
Well, you hate to see it.
Yeah,
People
absolutely hate to see it.
disrespecting your lesbian identity. And during this Pride Month. No, it's bad all the time, obviously.
That, and it's been going on for like 2 years. So it's been going on for a couple Pride Months now.
Yeah, it started Pride Month 2020, actually.
So, time to talk ill on this person.
Okay.
Why are you being so mean to this guy?
Oh my god.
No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Why don't you give him a chance?
Come on.
Yeah,
like, have you even tried men?
You don't know until you try.
Maybe you like it. Mm-hmm. There was a show, Tila Tequila. I'm joking, by the way, and we'll get back to this. But there was a show with Tila Tequila.
Yeah.
A Shot of Love with Tila Tequila that was on VH1, the same era as Rock of Love and Flavor of Love and stuff. For all my fellow olds out there. Mm-hmm. But A Shot of Love with Tila Tequila on VH1 was like groundbreaking at the time, because it was like, oh my god, it's the first like bisexual show like this. It's a reality dating show. It's like it's The Bachelor, but with bisexual. Actually, not even with bisexual people, with a bisexual
star.
Yeah. MySpace star Tila Tequila. And so the contestants on there were a bunch of dudes and a bunch of girls all trying to get with Tila Tequila.
Yeah.
And it was like big news. I'm like, what? How do you? So, but it was also just a bunch of straight dudes interacting with lesbians.
Interesting.
So
Interesting combination.
I do remember it being real cringy, and I haven't gone back and rewatched it because these shows are insufferable now. We were at it's like watching like early seasons of like Top Model and stuff, where it's just like you got away with that on TV.
God.
That's nuts. And this was like
So
not
bad.
even a super serious show. This was like on VH1 forever ago. So there's just tons, it's riddled with tons of problematic shit. But I remember being super young and watching this show, and one of the contestants on there was just like, some of the dudes were like, you know, well, how do you know that you're, or they had mentioned, oh, I'm a virgin. And they said, well, how do you know that you're even a lesbian then if you're a virgin? Which is obviously ridiculous and wrong.
Wait, who said that? Tila Tequila?
No.
One of the women in the house.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
They were like, I'm a virgin. And people were like, and then the guys were just like, how do you even know if you haven't tried it? And I remember that she immediately clapped back and she's like, how do you know you're not gay if you never had gay sex?
Great.
And
great answer. Great answer.
I remember in like, whenever that aired, like the 2000s, my little brain evolved. It just, I was like, that was so good.
What a clapback.
That was so concise.
Yeah.
And now I'm smarter because I was so young. And in the show, I'm sure it's not a progressive show at all. Like it's not a show we should be looking back on fondly, I'm sure. But I remember that one scene existing and me as a child being like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you had to take the scraps of LGBT education and representation you could.
We were given very little. So stuff like that was it was mostly just like sensationalized and and bad, but that I remember being like, oh my God, that's such it's so accurate, it's so good.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Yeah. It is a very, I don't know. I'm not going to get like into too much theoretical or political shit, but obviously women generally don't enjoy the privilege of like having their sexuality be accepted as readily as like gay men, obviously. You know, it kind of goes two ways. Like if a guy kisses another guy one time, people are like, he's gay. He's gay forever. He's forever gay. But a woman can strictly be attracted to other women, only ever have sexual and romantic relationships with women for her whole life, and they'll be like, I don't know.
You could just be scissoring in public, and people will be like, it's a phase.
Yeah.
It's way different.
Yeah,
it's way different.
It's very. I mean, both are skewed in an inaccurate manner, obviously. Yeah. But God, when you just mix that with just how fucking straight men are, it's just such a minefield. But yeah, I don't know. What do you do?
Right, I forgot we had an actual question. I thought this was like the Tila Tequila episode, but
yeah.
What do? You have to set. You have to set.
Yeah, they say like, what do I do or say to him?
Oh, you can stop being nice to him for sure. It's been way long enough. I would give it like a couple more serious conversations. Not a couple, one.
Yeah,
I'll give it one more serious conversation and maybe take a more firm tone and say like, hey, it actually does make me very uncomfortable when you do this because I am a lesbian. And
that doesn't mean except for you.
Right.
Because every man thinks it means except for them.
Yeah.
It's not except for anyone.
Yeah, see, that's why even when I was like younger or beyond a certain age, like very early on, I was not into lesbian porn at all.
Oh yeah,
because I'm just
you've told me this before.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not
factored in here.
I don't
really.
And that's
fine.
I just don't. I'm seeing something that is just, it doesn't involve me, and it doesn't want to involve me.
That's fine. Yeah.
So I never really resonated with it like that. But that's not how porn works, obviously. But it was just a me thing. I'd be more strict, but it's also like hard. Like when you're talking about like men and stuff, like Men are kind of psycho sometimes, you know? Like they're kind
Yes.
and especially if like
Yes.
he doesn't get the point after 2 years, like who knows? And how are they like close friends? Or are they good friends?
Let me skim read. They just said my friend. Yeah. But here's he told his friends that you two were interested in each other? That's so weird. That's what I would open the conversation with. I'd just be like, "Hey, why did you tell people this? I heard that you were telling people this. Now, why would you say that with the full knowledge that I am you do know that I'm a lesbian, right?"
Right. And it's not like a joke. And it's not like a hot joke.
Yeah.
It's not like a hot little gag. A hot little gag.
Stop.
There's a Google search.
Yeah, I would. That would be my first thing. Is just be like, now, why would you tell people that? You know, for what reason? On what basis? Because then at that point, it's not a thing where you're like, oh, well, I feel like you might have a crush on me and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, I know you do because you're telling people it, and you're also telling people that it's reciprocated. Why would you tell them it was reciprocated?
That sucks.
Yeah.
It does, you know? If you have no romantic interest in this person, and they actually are your friend, I'm hoping that they sort of respect you enough to finally stop with that shit.
And if they don't, then they're not your friend, you know?
No, not at all.
I mean, there's what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
Sorry, I've got tired T-brain.
There's...
There's...
We got that.
We got that
I've written that down. So
there's a thing that happens with men where, you know, men are very like, oh no, I'm your friend, until you tell them very, you know, this goes for if you're straight or bisexual or any sexuality, because men always assume you're interested in them even when you're fucking not.
Even if they don't,
that you're like, I'm not interested, and they're like, well, and then they don't want to be your friend anymore. They don't want to be your friend anymore.
Even if they don't think that you're interested,
yeah,
I think a lot of times they hope.
Yeah,
they're kind of holding off on that.
Yeah, and if it, you know, if it gets if they find it weird or offensive or anything that you're not into them, then they're not your fucking friend. You should just get rid of it, to be honest, I think. I don't, you know. That's what I think. They might be funny, they might be cool to chill with, but, you know, lots of people are funny and cool to chill with.
Yeah, that wouldn't make you feel that way.
Yeah, wouldn't make you feel uncomfortable and invalidated.
Invalidated.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe if you tell them that is, like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but, you know, if you say that it's making you feel a certain way, hopefully they'd be responsive to it, you know? Because it's fine, it's okay for them to have a crush. That's fine. Everyone gets crushes. Admittedly, this one's gone on for a long time.
This one's kind of a long crush that he's made you very aware about.
Yeah, but it's...
And other people aware.
Yeah.
And I think it might, you know, cross some lines.
Yeah, the line that it's crossing is kind of holding out for you to reciprocate it, you know?
Yeah, it's clearly crossed a line because you wrote into a podcast about it.
Yeah.
And you don't know what else to do.
So you clearly feel uncomfortable. Yeah.
It's completely normal to feel uncomfortable. You should feel uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable thing.
It's an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea of just having like one more talk and just say, hey, maybe, especially if he's like a good friend otherwise. But, you know, what might happen is that if you do have a talk and say, you got to cut that shit out because I really just have like no interest at all. It's nothing personal. It's just, I mean, I guess it is personal. I don't personally like you. Like you, this is
I don't like men, and you're a man.
Yeah.
And even if it was like, oh, there's a tiny bit of wiggle room. There might be one. No, I'm not saying that that's the case with you at all. I'm not questioning that. But, you know, if it were the case that there would be a little bit of wiggle room, you've known the guy for fucking years, so you think it would have happened by now.
Right.
And it hasn't. So it's not going to, you know?
Yeah, the fact that it still makes you uncomfortable now really sucks.
Yeah.
So yeah, one good talking.
Well, I would give it one good communicative talking.
And a little plan B here. Have a friend do it.
Do what?
Have a friend talk to them for them and just say, hey, you know, I was talking to this person's name and they let me know that they feel bad. You know, you're making them feel bad because of this thing. Mm-hmm. And this sucks. This sucks. What I'm about to say sucks so fucking much. But this guy might be the type of person that if another guy said it, he would probably respect that opinion more. I'm just saying, if you're trying to get an out, I'm just saying this guy sounds like he might be the type of person who's like, if a guy says something, he'd probably take it to heart and be like, all right, for sure. And then they just have like a bro moment, you know. But if it gets him off her case, then why not? It's, you know, the point isn't to make this guy better; it's to make you more comfortable.
Yeah.
So we're not doing like, you know, a speed run of therapy for this dude.
Yeah.
We're doing whatever we can to make this person more
Him.
comfortable.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Fuck no. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about your boundaries and stating them, and try.
So just as a plan B, if you feel uncomfortable,
having
that conversation, having that conversation or a confrontation with him, especially one-on-one, you can get a close friend to do it, maybe a friend that understands more. But then the guy she talks to will be like, oh, she probably likes me, dude. She's asking me. She's asking me to tell him that she's not fucking interested because she's interested in me. You get another guy on your case.
Jesus.
You have two straight guys.
Never-ending cycle. You have to get another guy to tell this new guy. It's like a one-in, one-out system.
The guy kicks the other guy's ass on your behalf, and now he loves you. That might be a thing. It's almost like one of those things where it's like, you know, you have I don't know, you have mice. So you buy a bunch of owls, you know?
Owls?
Yeah. You buy a bunch of owls. And now your house is like full owls, you know? Like it's just one of those things. And then you have to get something for the owls.
Coyotes.
Yeah, some coyotes, and then it just goes like
that.
So you don't want to be in like an owl situation. You want to make sure who you talk to, you know, isn't gonna be like a house full of owls, you know? Because then the problem just gets worse and worse.
Okay, with this metaphor, what should the person be? A mouse trap, I guess.
A mouse trap, exactly.
Yeah.
Hopefully a humane one.
Okay, a nice humane mouse trap.
So that you can let them go like 3 blocks away.
Yeah.
And wish you well. Wish you well on that. Because then you won't have to hurt. I guess the analogy here is that the guy is that you don't have to worry about not hurting this guy.
No.
Because he's already made you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I guess I just started thinking too much about mice.
I started feeling empathy for the mouse is the problem in my analogy.
I'm an empath when it comes to rodents. Sue me. I just think that my plan B is pretty good.
Yeah.
Even though it sucks. Even though it totally sucks to have to do something like that.
Of course it does.
But like, come on, man. Like that happens so much where like you talk to a guy and he doesn't get it. And then a guy talks to that guy.
And he's like, oh, okay.
For sure.
What the fuck?
Doesn't that suck?
Yeah.
So, that.
Maybe so. Men's minds are a strange thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now my voice.
Oh, you've reached the point. You've reached the limit.
No, I just think that I just feel like there's something like in it.
In what?
In my throat.
Okay.
In my...
Like a frog?
No, like
a... Oh, God.
Like a mouse? So if you can get the owl.
Okay. Position the owl at the opening of my mouth. We'll get it like a tapeworm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom. What's the time?
Dinner time. That's what I'm saying.
But what's the time of the thing?
We're nearly an hour.
We're nearly an hour.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to read this last question just to like put it on the table because I agree with it so much, but it's gonna kill me to not talk about it.
You're gonna want to talk.
I'm
about
gonna
want to
talk because it's about social media.
Save it for next week.
It's about social media. Next week we're going in,
and your voice is going to give out.
It doesn't feel good right now.
No. Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh Jesus. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A mouse fell out.
Okay. I'm gonna make you a bronchial tea, and then I'm gonna make us dinner.
Spend all the space in between. Thank you so much for listening.
What was that?
Spend all the space in between. I said my name is Mitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
A bit louder. Say it into my good ear.
It's been all the space in between. Thank you so much for listening. My name is that's Mitch.
My name's Billy.
Okay.
I gotta go look after this guy. Thank you so much for listening to our episode. If you liked it, guess what? Tell your friends. They'll probably like it too. We're funny guys.
We are funny guys.
We're funny guys.
Yeah,
we're a
why
couple of cool dudes. Maybe your friends also like a couple of cool dudes.
Yeah.
We're talking on a funny podcast. This has been an absolutely unlistenable episode, so like I'm so proud of you if you made it through, honestly. This was chaotic.
Here's what I have to say.
Yeah.
I like this episode.
I like it too. It was the whole thing was a tangent.
But who cares? It's
Who
a
cares?
podcast.
You're here to listen to us.
Every single
You like
podcast
us, right?
sucks. Every podcast
That's
is
true.
bad. Unless it's been like
9 years.
unless it's no, even then. But unless it's been like scripted and narrated, podcasts are fucking unlistenable. They're
true.
just people going, yeah, so yeah. Well, oh, really? Oh, yeah. Huh. Yeah, interesting. It sounds like they don't even have good conversations like outside of the podcast. Like, why did you want to start a podcast together? Like, I love the conversations I have with you, and we're laughing all the time.
Yeah.
And this is just an excuse to record ourselves, make each other laugh.
Hopefully make some other people laugh.
And people also find a connection in that, and that's fine. But a lot of podcasts, like so many of them, it's like the Twitch streamer thing. Like most podcasts that exist have no listeners.
Yeah.
Most Twitch streams are streaming to like
No one.
just a big zero, you know. But everyone's trying, and I think that everyone should try. So I guess what I'm saying is like start a podcast. Yeah.
What I'm saying is recommend our podcast.
Oh, that's what I meant.
What
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying is recommend
if you
our
think that our
podcast, yeah.
sorry, the arm
Yeah.
is sorry.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
If you like the audio of our podcast and like how it like how it sounds, recommend us. We really do appreciate that. And our website. Sorry, I knew I was gonna. No, and wait, what the fuck? Hold on.
Yeah.
You fucked me up so much.
I fucked you up.
Yeah, you went on that tangent about
You went-
about podcasting and streaming. I don't understand. You said, oh right, okay. So his name is Matt, and he's from Australia, and he did our intro music a long time ago. And we still thank him every episode because his name is Slow Smog. So check out his music. It's great. It's good.
And what's his website?
Slowsmog.com.
And what's our website?
All the space in between.com. If you have a question you want us to answer on the show, we would really love to answer. This is an email reading podcast. We read through every single email that we get, and we pick a few on the show. Even if we hadn't responded to your email, send another email. We don't care, because we actually we'd like to pick like the newest questions that we got. So again, keep sending them. We love getting emails every single week. If you have a question you want us to answer on the show, our email is
allthespaceinbetween@gmail.com.
boom, done, right?
Done.
I'm going to mix this thing. Let's get out of here. New episodes. Remember, thank you guys so much for listening.
Bye.
Bye.